Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.
9:02, the Johnny Rock Show on a Friday, getting ready for the long weekend. You know, I just texted the PR guy because we were a couple minutes here or there late, and I said, how long? And he replied, 12 inches. See, how you doing, Nick?
That's funny. I'm doing better now. Thanks for the laugh.
Oh, of course. Nick Guccione. Now, Guccione or Guccione? What's the proper pronunciation?
Guccione, because in Italiano,
Okay.
every vowel is pronounced.
All right. You got it.
It's Guccione.
I just wanted to make sure the new 2-night documentary event, Secrets of Penthouse, September 4th and 5th, 8 p.m. Central on A&E. You know, I was thinking about this. Your dad, how should I put this? Larry Flint of Hustler, they did a movie about him. Hugh Hefner, forget it. He's been overexposed as far as I'm concerned. But your dad, there's not that much we know about him. But now we're going to find out. Tell us about a few of the secrets of Penthouse Magazine.
Okay, sure. Do you have a couple of hours?
Yes. Oh, wow.
No, you're right. Dad was never really covered much by the media because he was, in fact, quite a quiet man and kept to himself. And honestly, bless him, not that much scandal behind him. So they didn't really have a lot to work on, you know? Because let's face it, people like, I hate to say, and nothing wrong with A&E. I love A&E, but they're looking for something to put eyeballs on the screen, you know? So they want to have some kind of scandal or some kind of naughty bits, as we say in England, you know, to bring viewers in. But at the end of the day, my dad was pretty boring, you know. He just shot naked women, made some bad business decisions, and died.
Yeah.
But he broke culture. He made a whole new approach. You know, we went up against Playboy. Playboy was beautiful. And we went one step further. And then, as you said, Larry Flint came along and said, well, let me make that a little harder. And then he started going overboard in my mind. I met Flint, actually, in L.A. on Beverly Boulevard there in Beverly Hills or whatever. And I met him, and he was not a bad guy, but they went overboard. Penthouse and Playboy did not go overboard until the very end with Penthouse when Dad started kind of losing it, and we were in financial trouble, so he tried to save the ship, if you will, by going, again, one step further with girls doing things they, you know, shouldn't have done, really, I think, in this publication, like, you know, urinating, and then we had male, female sexual acts, which I don't believe went along with the formula of Penthouse, but that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It was the beginning of the end, not just for Penthouse Magazine, but for Playboy, but for Hustler. I was listening a ton of Swank. Remember High Society with Gloria Leonard? See, I grew up, I used to buy your dad's magazine, you know, every month. I'd be waiting outside of the, I was waiting outside of the Piggly Wiggly, waiting for the delivery truck. But yeah, they all went up in flames. They all went up in flames because of, well, first video, home video, and the internet, right?
That's right. And we did get into home video. In fact, that's where I spent 20 years of my life pretty much shooting videos for Penthouse. I shot some gorgeous videos. But then it did get into... obviously more the internet, and my dad just didn't have the wherewithal to step over that new hurdle to acclimate to the new culture and the new technology, and that really hurt us, I believe. And, you know, I tried. I said, listen, Pop, we got to push for the internet now. We got to do, like, clips on the internet and have penthouse.com or something and, you know, show my videos. And he goes, well, Nick, let me think about it. It's like, it was frustrating.
Oh, I can imagine. I do a horrible impersonation of your dad, though. He said, Nick, let me think about it. I'll get back to him.
Yeah, well, I know my dad very well. Obviously, bless his heart, wherever he is. And he was an okay guy. Let me tell you, he's just disappointing, a little bit frustrating that he couldn't be a little more attentive to his family and to the people who really were wise and knew the right steps. He preferred, unfortunately, to listen to yes men, to people who would kowtow to his every whim and desire. And that's because, of course, their hunger for money or acceptance. And that was part of his downfall, unfortunately. He wouldn't listen to the truth. He just wanted to hear what he wanted to hear. That's a shame.
Yeah. Our guest is Nick Guccione. The new 2-night documentary event, Secrets of Penthouse, September 4th and 5th, 8 p.m. Central on A&E. What was it like growing up around that? Of course, someone like me, my dad was a professor at the U. Let me tell you, it wasn't late night parties at the mansion, but you must have had, you would think, quite the upbringing.
Well, I must say, again, it was bittersweet, but at the same token, I must tell you, not to break people's deception or bubble about, the fun parties we had. Like, unlike Hefner, who did have these huge parties by his pool and all these strangers and celebs and girls. And my dad didn't do that. He would have dinner parties. Very, very sophisticated people would come by, writers and physicists and, philosophers and, politicians. I mean, Trump came by our mansion all the time when he was with Ivana back in the 80s. He lived around the corner at the Plaza Hotel on 59th in Central Park South. We lived right up the street on 67th and 5th. So he used to come by all the time. He was like the kid in the candy store, Trump, because I love Trump, But he was worse than me. He was like, he was a kid in the candy store. So we used to have pets running around for those occasions. But otherwise, the parties were very tame, very sophisticated, very tame. We didn't have them. In fact, most of the time, I'd go back to the house after spending the day out and go back to the mansion. It was empty. I sit at the piano, in the grand piano in the ballroom, and play quietly because it echoed so beautifully in the marble walls of the ballroom, where I could just quietly and gently play the keys of Judy Garland's piano, and there was no one around, and I found solace in that. But so actually, we didn't have huge parties. Let me tell you, the most fun I had was saying, "Hey, Joanne, you're beautiful." "Oh, Nick, you're cute too." And then we'd have a relationship. I've had more fun times with the Penthouse pets than anyone on this planet. In fact, I married the pet of the year of 1999, Nikki Saint-Gilles, and we have a beautiful 21-year-old son together. And we're still close. We're divorced, but we're still as close as can be. I love her till death, and we both love our son more than anything in the universe, and that is what is most important to me.
Oh, mazel tov. That's fantastic. Listen, Nick Guccione, check out the new 2-night documentary event, Secrets of Penthouse, September 4th and 5th, 8 p.m. Central on A&E. Hey, listen, thank you, Nick, and come on back to the Johnny Rock Show anytime.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you very much. God bless.
The Johnny Rock Show.
Randy.
Rockin' 101. Huh? The Rock.